Hey guys, this is Zenith Darksky with Darksky Games, and welcome back to my Unreal Tournament history videos. This is part 2. Part 1 took us to Unreal, Tournament 2003 and Unreal Championship 1. And Unreal 2, the actual Unreal 2. Anyways, we're going to start this video off with Unreal Tournament 2004. This was the last one made with Cliffy B or Cliff Blazinski, whatever you want to call him. It was made on PC, Mac, and Linux. The Metacritic for it was 93, and it had more than 100 maps included for all new and existing game types. Multiple studios helped develop this game, including Epic Games, Digital Extremes, Psyonix, and Streamline Studios. It won many accolades and included mods. It had single player and multiplayer, even though multiplayer was a little bit more of the focus, as any Unreal Tournament game. The story followed the usual tournament style with old characters trying to gain back the title, such as series regulars Brock and Zon Krigor, which are more into the actual Unreal Tournament storyline once you actually pay attention to that much. The game had 10 game modes, included vehicles and 2 game modes, which was, I think, a first. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a first for them, and multiple ways of movement such as double jumping, dodge jumping, wall dodging, and shield jumping, which were all new to the series at the time. I think dodging generally was in a lot of the games other than this, but the rest of the styles of jumping and dodging and stuff weren't before. So that was a normal thing for arena shooters to have some kind of a dodge or double jump or anything like that, but this was the first one to really take off with that kind of idea in the Unreal Tournament series, besides maybe just dodging. Anyways, now we're going to move on to Unreal Championship 2. Designed from the ground up for Xbox only. So, it had first-person shooter and third-person mode, but they brought in, to just kind of differ it from the rest of the series, they brought in melee weapons to encourage third-person mode, because there would be, what are they called, assassinations, or, whatever you want to call those, like just little cutscene type things where you kill the person with a melee weapon. All the cutscenes were voice-acted and in-game. 50 multiplayer maps, and it had a Metacritic score of 85. Excuse me. It had light, medium, and heavy character builds, which was a first for the series at the time. It had a lock-on mechanic, which was kind of new to the game. A lot of people didn't appreciate it, but it was there. And the story followed Anubis, who threw away a chance to become the Nocti Emperor to be in the military, but he had to return to the tournament to compete with a former lover that he had heard was in the tournament, only to have to kill her to win. But he struck a deal with the Leandri to bring her back, and became Emperor with her, and ruler with her, or whatever. And she was brought back through the method of Necros, and she became a Necros. The actual resurrection process is called Necros in their universe, and the actual what you would be called is a Necros too. And so that, I think that is one of the first times we hear about that kind of process and everything in the Unreal Tournament universe, which in the next game is kind of a bigger deal. And the next game being Unreal Tournament 3 had a Metacritic score of 83, released for PC, PS3, and Xbox 360, had 1 million copies sold worldwide, and included mods on PS3 and PC, and mouse and keyboard support on PC and PS3, but neither of those were on Xbox 360, sadly. It was the first Unreal Tournament game to not be on Linux, even though now I believe you can get it on Linux through use of the internet or something. It had vehicle maps, but on vehicle maps, every player was equipped with a hoverboard, though any hit, like any kind of, basically a little hit, honestly, I don't think it was supposed to be that way, but any little hit really would knock you off of it and stun you, and you would kind of ragdoll on the ground. And you couldn't use weapons when like that because you were stunned, clearly. It was published by Midway, made by Epic Games, but published by Midway, whom at the time they had a contract to do, I think, 3 games with. It was originally announced as Unreal Tournament 2007, later renamed Unreal Tournament 3 because the Unreal Engine 3 is what it was being made in, and it was kind of an introduction in a way. It had single and multiplayer, and the story didn't focus on tournament style stuff like normal. Instead, it focused on one of 5 factions called Ronin who survived a scourge attack on a human colony years after Unreal Tournament 2004. Necris attacked their colony with the Crawls, and it was all masterminded by the Leandri, and the Ronin wanted revenge, but they had to prove themselves first to other factions by pulling off different missions and such, and so you basically play bot matches like you would on any Unreal Tournament game, except less of a tournament style and more like a war. It had 8 multiplayer game modes, and 2 game modes were added through packs, plus maps and characters, so a decent amount of content, and you could really tell it was just, the game was really trying to come into its prime at the time, and it was a fantastic game. My favorite Unreal Tournament, probably, maybe the new one, I'm not sure. But anyway, speaking of the new one, that's what we're moving on to now. Unreal Tournament 2014 or 4. We don't know when it's going to be called, which at this point, since it's still in pre-alpha, it would probably be called like 2018, 19, whatever. But 2014 or 4. It's created for PC, Linux, and Mac. It's single player and multiplayer. The only single player on the game, though, at the moment in the pre-alpha stage that it's in, it would be kind of just bot matches and bot modes and stuff. But the multiplayer is really fun, and that's what they kind of want you to test out. It's a collaboration between Epic and the community, meaning you can download the Unreal Engine editor, and you can create skins and weapons and game modes and maps and all kinds of stuff, and basically they'll pick it, and you can put it in the game for free, but you can also charge money for it, and that's actually how they plan to make money. The game is going to be free, not free to play, so no microtransactions, but it has a marketplace where you can purchase maps and just different cosmetics and stuff like that that people make, and they get part of that money, and that's how they plan to make their money on it. It's unreleased officially as of now. The final version of it is unreleased as of now, but it's an early alpha, and it's clearly the game that I want to save and everything like that. And you can, I did a video on that already, and hopefully you watched it. If you haven't, go check that out. It was called How to Save Unreal Tournament. But the team is currently helping the Fortnite team because of how violently successful that game has been. There's a little bit of the team left on Unreal Tournament, but anyways, you can learn more about that situation in my other video about that game specifically. But anyways, so I've been Zenith Darksky with Darksky Games. If you like the video, like the history of Unreal Tournament, or just want to see more of the arena shooter genre and stuff like that nowadays and everything, then remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment if you have any afterthoughts to throw into it. I'm in the comments, I'll read your comments, and remember to subscribe, like I said, if you want to see more stuff. Share the video around, especially the How to Save Unreal Tournament video. Get it more attention, it deserves that attention. Anyways guys, I'm Zenith Darksky with Darksky Games again, and remember to get gaming.